Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of the World with Nate podcast. This podcast was created to shed light on some of the stories and lessons that we accrue during our time here. My hope is that those stories will bring us all together in this thing that we all call life. My hope for this podcast episode is that you find it both enlightening and enjoyable. So, sit back and relax. I want you to enjoy the ride. Special thanks to my friend Buck Kern of Hawkeye Storage and Consulting for helping me bring Season 2 of The World with Nate to YouTube. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third annual Spark to Fire event hosted by Amanda Goodman. We're here today. Hello, how are you? We're recording. We're trying to record kind of a podcast episode here. I'm going to speak with women who have businesses in the local area and ask them a few questions. This is Katie. You guys on my end know Katie because she sponsors the podcast and she is the mattress lady. Katie, welcome to the World with Nate. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me, Nate.
This
is very impromptu.
I know. Sorry for putting you on the spot. Welcome. What spurs you to be here at an event to empower women in the Cedar Valley?
So I got the invitation. I obviously knew you were going to be here, and I thought this is a really great opportunity to network, meet other women in the community. You and I have talked in the past. I'm a transplant. I'm not a native around here, so I don't know a lot of people. So this is just an opportunity to see some faces, learn some names. So great opportunity.
Very good. Here for a good time.
Right.
What are you most excited about?
You know, I don't even know what's on the agenda.
Well, I think Splendori's down there, so you got to check them out.
I'm just excited to see what they have to offer, to learn and grow, and hopefully get some inspiration.
It's a great attitude to have. What advice do you pass on to women? You are an entrepreneur. You started the Mattress by Appointment in Cedar Valley. What piece of advice would you give to women, specifically, since that's why we're here, to empower them to try to chase their goals and dreams?
You have to remember that you have to have a full bucket to give to others. So you do have to take care of yourself first. This has been the hardest lesson that I've learned. I talked to you this morning. I just finished a health coach call, which was something that was a big jump for me. And one of the number one things I've learned is that you have to take care of yourself first so you can give to others.
Hell yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you for everything you've done for me, Katie. I appreciate you taking the time to chat today.
No problem, Nate.
Enjoy Spark to Fire.
Thanks for everything you've done for me.
Hell yeah. Isn't it wild how the noise of the outside you can still hear, but our conversation is crystal clear?
Yes.
It's like we're in a little dimension.
It really is.
So, Mary, I met Mary through Tate's Army initially in Season 1, and we connected at the golf tournament. And I had expressed some interest to talk with the local celebrities. Shout out Jackson Hansen.
Yeah, Jackson Strong.
Hell yeah. And Jackson is has a bunch of high school friends. The dude's super connected, awesome individual.
Yeah,
and one
boy.
of his best friends happened to be Caden Jensen, who, Mary, that's your nephew?
Yeah.
So, welcome to Spark to Fire, Mary.
Hey, thanks. Good to be here.
Hell yeah. What brings you here?
Well, obviously, the Amanda Goodman.
Amanda Goodman is the reason I'm here.
She's a dear friend, but I actually bring a whole group of my team members here.
Awesome.
So I have 2 tables of staff and coworkers here. So but we use this day to reset too, just to kind of hear from speakers, network. Everyone's excited. It's a good time because fall's our busy year. School's back in session. Childcare is, as we know, a true crisis, and that's our role. And so we just kind of use this day to reset. So
when you say your business, what is the business that you're bringing here?
So Childcare Resource and Referral of Northeast Iowa. We're a state agency that serves childcare programs.
Hell yeah.
So we're the in-between DHS and the provider. So think of us like a Switzerland.
Okay.
We cover 19 counties, but we have 4 other co-parts across the state.
Gotcha.
And our main role is to support that program. So we will go in and do consultation, technical assistance, training. We do a ton of training. We also do parent referrals. So if you're looking for childcare, here comes my team right now.
Hell yeah. Hey team, I got the most famous person in the room here.
They're like, what is going on?
I know, but I love it.
And so we also, if you're looking for childcare, we have a free parent referral hotline. You can call and they'll give you a list of who has vacancies. And so
those people have had background checks, been looked through. Very good information.
They're registered. They're either a DHS licensed or a registered home provider, or they're a licensed center or preschool.
Gotcha.
And that's who we support. So, I mean, but childcare is so important. It's an economic issue. So in my role, I serve in that. I'm the director of the agency, so I go in and help the communities thinking about how they're going to start a childcare, or how just any barriers that they have with childcare.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chat today.
Here comes some more friends.
Hell yeah. It's filled with friends.
They're wondering what in the world.
You make sure to have an amazing day.
You too. Thanks,
Thank you,
Nate.
Mary. I am sitting here with the boss, Amanda Goodman. She is the one who puts this event on. Amanda, tell me what we are doing here today.
Well, right now I'm coming down from the adrenaline rush, right? So this is Spark to Fire. This is our third annual one. This is a day to empower women and inspire women, while also raising critical funds for Family and Children's Council to make sure every kid is happy, healthy, safe. So it's merging my two passions, really. It's a selfish event. Like I created this event from the ground up because I'm like, you know what? I want to keep kids safe and I want to empower women, and it's kind of merging the two together.
Hell yeah. Speak about vendors. We've had lots of vendors. People are starting to pack up shop.
Yeah.
Where are these vendors from?
They're all local. So they're all local, all women-owned businesses, small businesses. I mean, we have everything from different kinds of gyms to, flotation therapy to boutiques to, the Bambino's cookies are the bomb, right? And we had two female candle companies. I mean, and these are it's amazing, and I love to see it. All these entrepreneurs, and there's a couple of people here. They started their business last year, the week of Spark to Fire, because they were inspired when they came to Spark to Fire, seeing all the other vendors. So it's just cool. It's
Hell
cool
yeah.
stuff.
You don't have to ask yourself if it's working when you have those reviews.
I just love it. I love it. I love this event so much. I love the energy that it gives.
Hell yeah. And this is the third year
This is the third, yeah. We started in, we took a break, obviously, 2020, the
Everybody
pandemic.
did.
Yeah. We took a pause, but now this is the third one, and I just love it.
This is something that you plan, longevity, you plan to do this every year?
Absolutely. The first year we did it, we had 100 people. And 20 tables, I think 18, 20 tables, something like that, something small. Today we had 405 women.
It was packed.
And it was packed. We had 50 tables. And it was great. It was awesome.
It will always be a Cedar Valley thing?
Yeah, my heart's here. I'd love to see it go bigger and go to other places, because I think more women need this, right? We need the time. No offense to you being a man, but women need that. We need that okay, that it's okay to hit pause and take a couple hours during the day and turn off everything and just feed off each other's energy. And that's the thing about women, is we are catty people. We can kind of we'll find 5 things wrong before we'll say something positive about another woman, because we view them as a threat. Not today. Today forward, you lift another woman up. Doesn't matter if you like them or don't like them. We need to be supporting each other, because we've got the rest of the world against us. So.
Oh yeah, I like that outlook, and it's just going to be helpful to everyone. You invited a guest speaker today to speak as well, and she spoke about opening up your perception and creating the dreams that you've always wanted. How did you meet her?
So I got really sick back in February, March. I was really, really sick, later diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. But my doctor, when I was misdiagnosed, the doctor was like, oh, you're stressed. You need to figure out how to, relax. So a friend of mine was like, you need to learn how to manifest.
Yeah.
I listened to this podcast. I was like, oh my God, it's like this woo-woo stuff. There's no way I'm going to do it. Because I thought it was like crystals and love and light, but it was not. So Michelle J. Lamont, it's Manifesting Miracles. She's amazing, because she's talking about, the energy that you put out is what you're going to get back. Mm-hmm. And it sounds so simple, but it's so hard, right?
Elementary, right?
Right. It's because it's like when someone looks at me cross-eyed, I'm coming at you, right? That's how I want it to be. It's like, no, because guess what? I don't want that negative in my life.
Right.
So I'm just going to say, love you. It's all good. You know what I mean? All good. And
see you later.
She's really taught me. And she has this one episode where she's like, you need to accept the fact that you're either the villain or the hero in someone's story, and let it be. Let them tell that version. That's not you.
Just be you, yeah.
Just be you.
100% authentic. Yeah. That's all we can control.
Yeah, and her story is pretty powerful. Her story is pretty powerful.
Yeah, she is an amazing woman. Yeah. I got to hear her speak and blown away by the stuff that she was saying. Yeah. And if you've ever seen some of these things work in your own life, you understand the power of manifesting what you want.
Right, and what she says is really powerful. She's like, what did she say? She says, if prayer is you talking to God, manifesting is God talking right back to you.
Yeah, I know.
And I get chills thinking it. I know, I got chills too. And I'm like, That is so true. So
Third year event, another
year.
amazing
Yeah.
event. Amanda, thank you for the invite. I'm here with the Pixel
thanks for being
Labs.
here.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Amanda.
All right. Love you, buddy.
Love you too. So being that I'm a podcaster, I don't know how to do any of this.
Neither do I.
All I do is talk.
Me too.
So welcome. Will you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Michelle Juanita Lamont, and I am a manifestation expert.
Hell yeah. So Michelle, she came onto this event, this Spark to Fire event, to speak and to teach the ladies here how to do what?
To understand that everything is energy and that we have the ability to manifest anything into our reality that we want to see in our reality. The real issue, I believe, with this delay in receiving is people's vibrational essence. So no matter where you are in life, you could have a particular bias. So let's say that your dad or your mom never really made a lot of money. So the concept of manifesting $1 million out of the air is just too big of a matzo ball. So when I come to events like this, I just try to teach people that manifesting is what you think about, you bring about. And by thinking about something in an intentional way, the universe is now putting all the little pieces in order for you to start seeing things that are saying this way, this way, this way. That our insecurity and our bias and our fear and all those other properties that are in our mind that create a thought get interrupted. And so it could take a couple of million thoughts to make the parking spot. But then when you get the parking spot, you're like, wonder if I can do this again. And after you've done this a couple of times, you start to either fear it or expand into it.
Yeah.
It's the red pill or the blue pill,
Right.
right? It's the matrix. And so once you
When,
start to...
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
When
No,
you
no.
say fear, what do you mean by that?
So
People fear that they have that control.
I think it's too scary of a thought to think. I can create something from my thoughts. Because what happened if you watch pornography? What happened if you watch a scary movie? Are you going to be murdered? You know, all of these different things. So it comes to be too big of a concept. So people keep it very small, like, oh, it was so coincidental. It was so nice. It worked out so well. But then you've got to play the math in.
Yeah.
And once you start playing the math numbers and you start looking at the numbers that it would take for this thing to happen, you start to realize that coincidences are very difficult.
Yeah.
Even in math, what are two coinciding angles, right? They're perpendicular and they meet up together.
Way over my head with the math.
Okay, that's okay.
But I got you.
But you know what I'm saying?
Hell
So,
yeah.
right. So everything in life is almost like this is the reality that you're allowed to see. Thank you so much. This is the reality you're allowed to see because this is the amount that you're allowed to perceive because of your biases and your fears and your doubts. There are only two things you honor on earth, either fear or faith.
Like that.
And if you honor fear, then you're always going to be in a perpetual fearful creative state. And if you honor faith, you're always going to be taking risks and having trust falls. But the trust falls always end up working out quite beautifully.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the bigger the step, the bigger the leap, the bigger the jump, the more the universe responds. So the big steps and the little steps all count.
Those vibration.
It's vibration, and everything is an energetic being. This microphone holds so much power because it's telling all of these stories.
Yeah.
And so if it were me, I would sage this mic. I would sage it. No, really, I sage mine. I don't have guests, but I would sage my mic. I would also put an idea of what I want. So if you want 100,000 a month, if you want 200,000 a month, I'm going to take these mics off.
Change the world.
Change the world. Okay. So let's start with something, right? I want to be this.
Yes.
I'm going to take this mic apart, and inside it, I'm going to write everything that I believe. And then I'm going to put it back together. And every time I talk into this mic, I'm talking to the 5 million people I want listening.
Yeah.
And so in my mind, I will visualize the earth, and then I will visualize this country lighting up, and 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 this country lighting up. And then my visualization gets even bigger. And then I say, well, which solar system do all these people want me to connect to? And so I say, in that solar system, please engage this person to light my 5 million up. So when I come to events, especially something like in Iowa, where perhaps spirituality and the complexities of the world that are maybe a little bit bigger or a little bit more different aren't going to be knocking on their doors. And I just come in and I introduce the idea of your thoughts or things.
Yeah.
And then wherever they are energetically, they'll just keep rising and keep pushing and keep pulling until one day they're like, I am a creator.
Yes. And it hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it changes your life.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I appreciate everything you said today. You did such an amazing job.
Thank you.
For real. Thank you for coming to Iowa.
Oh, I loved
yeah.
it. I've
Good.
never been here, but I would definitely come back.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very
I mean,
good.
if they'll have me, I'll come back next year.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was wonderful. And what a great thing that you're doing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
What made you want to start this?
I had some life issues and I was looking for an outlet, and I was the kid in class who always talked too much. And my
There is
wife,
no too much, but I get what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's what I got on the report card. And I love this. I love chatting with people, finding out the intricacies and why.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
And so since you've started it, what has changed for you?
The best thing that I get out of this is people saying that their lives have changed because of it.
Yeah.
Oh, some of those things I haven't talked about in years.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't told anybody that. And then I told thousands of people on your podcast, and now I'm free. Yeah, I can't. The millions aren't going to cut it. I've got what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 days after I started the podcast, episode 2 is my suicide story. And a young girl from Pepperdine University who just graduated emailed me, and she said, Michelle, and I'd only been on the air for 5 days. And I was always kind of hesitant because I had to be perfect. And she said, I was making my death list because I was jumping off the bridge after I graduated. I fulfilled my parents' desires for me to become an engineer, but I just can't explain it, but I didn't want to live. And as I was searching for the last 2 songs that I wanted as I jump off, because she had timed it, she knew exactly when her body would start breaking apart, and she was very detailed in this email.
So this is going to happen.
This was going to happen. She had 2 songs from her favorite singer. Her favorite singer's name is Miranda Lambert. My name is Michelle Lamont. And as she searched it, Michelle Lamont came up instead of Miranda Lambert.
And she clicked. Fuck yeah.
I had just started, so I'm looking at every number. Episode 2 had been listened to 75 times.
That's awesome.
So she sends me an email, graduation picture, and attached are the 2 emails that her parents were not going to get. And she said, I don't want to talk to you. I don't need to know you. But I want you to know that I didn't die today, and I'm not going to, and I'm going to have a real conversation with my mom about getting my mental health checked.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know why, but I know that this podcast saved my life, and I'll always listen. And I was like, I responded, I go, I don't know who Miranda Lambert is, but I'm going to find the hell. I'm going to be singing Miranda Lambert.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And your energy.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Special thanks to my friend Katie Hine at Mattress by Appointment, Cedar Falls, for her sponsorship of Season 2 of The World with Nate.